everything right now.
So,
And it should record and it should transcribe too, I think.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Comes in handy. So you two met?
We've never met face to face, but we've talked and email. Right?
yes, and I was going to ask you if you've heard anything else from that girl that wanted to find her grandpa so bad and they wouldn't talk to her. Did you know what?
Wait a minute, which one?
That,
Can you move
So
your
then-
camera down just a little bit so I can see you better? There we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here, how's this?
That's better.
Okay, better?
you remember when you and I got started talking was because this girl from Ohio wanted to meet her grandfather. And so Hope got involved in this and we were trying to figure out who her grandfather was. And they didn't want anything to do with her. And
That's right. Oh, I remember. Oh, I remember all right. It was for her mother.
it was for her, that's why I say for her grandfather.
Right. It was for her mother. Her mother was
Adopted.
that's correct. Yes, we found the father. And unfortunately he had passed. And it's it's an interesting story that has an interesting end, and the daughters of the man refused to talk to her and just they did not want to talk to her. They told her never to call back, nothing. Well, not too long ago, okay, probably about 8 months ago, one of the daughters took a DNA test. Okay. So it was one of the daughters.
Right. So her aunt, basically.
Yes, her aunt, right. Took a DNA test and the woman shows up as a half aunt.
Half sister.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Half aunt. Yeah.
Because it was the half sister's daughter who took the
Right.
DNA.
Right. What was that girl's name? Remind me. I don't remember.
Jody.
Jody, that's right. Now, Jody's mother ever take the test too, or no?
Yes, she did.
She did. Okay. Okay.
I think on 23andMe, I think. And
In fact, she might be on your list then, Patty.
oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure she is. And
Yeah.
it's I had to ask which one because I get
You have your fingers in the pot for a lot of them. That just crushed my heart so bad that I just went off Facebook. I went off everything because I just couldn't. My heart broke for her, and and there wasn't anything I could do.
I know
to fix it.
The thing is, is that the one daughter is one of my Facebook friends. Okay, and she lived near me.
Right. I remember you saying that you had to tiptoe because you didn't want to hurt your family relationship.
She even dated my husband's cumbado for his first marriage.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why I had to like, yeah.
Yeah. So I knew, you said, well, I got to tiptoe around this, you'd say,
Yep. And I did. I tiptoed, and I'm glad that the daughter took a DNA test because when I saw her show up, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that was so disheartening. Very, very, I have to remember, I guess, that sometimes because things don't look good now doesn't mean that down the road it won't. I searched for the Pahountis family for years and years before I found them. My mother was doing it years and years before she found him as well.
Vicki, that's part of the reason I wanted to bring you on here so you could tell her all about your story, your Greece stories.
Well, I think we've kind of went through it, but I'll kind of reshare. We have Patricia and I the same grandmother. Okay. Mary Orne. Now, Mary Orne was married to Elijah Pahoundis.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And had 7 children with him.
That's right. Right.
And then I guess her Elijah, who died young, 37, 35, something, I don't know. but he had these kids, and he was a pastor at a church. And my grandfather was a patron, or whatever you call it. What do you call that? He was part of their church.
Yeah.
And so he married her thinking that he could help, or whatever. And then they ended up having my mother out of that union, and they didn't get along. My grandmother and grandfather just pretty much loathed each other. So they divorced, and my mother lived with her father until she was 8. And he died. He died at 56. He had colon cancer.
Wow.
And so my mother really didn't know anything about, she knew she's Greek, and she knew that her father had written to his siblings, or at least one brother. But that's all she knew. And grandma wasn't going to say, maybe she knew, maybe she didn't, but she wasn't going to tell my mom anything about her past. And I just happened to find some gentleman. There used to be this chat thing that you could talk on called ICQ, kind of like an AOL chat. And I got this gentleman on the line. And I mean, this is way back in like 97. And he said that he was from Greece. And he says, I said, oh, my grandfather was from Greece. He says, well, send me the ship manifest. I'm going to look for it. Well, we were looking all along at the wrong name. We were looking under Mattheodakis instead of Mattheolakis for the little, I guess Dakis means little one or something. I don't know.
It does.
And so he called that family and said, hey, this girl from America is, calling for you. And they did the exact same thing to me that these people did to Jody, and said, don't call me. I don't want anything to do with you. We have no money. We don't want anything. And she says, he's trying to tell her she doesn't want your stuff. She just, she's searching for her family, Well, turned out, see, my cousin Doreen and Aunt Grace, you might have talked with Aunt Grace. I think you did. Yeah. She passed away, by the way. I don't know if you knew. She died on this 15th. But anyway, she went to Greece in 2001. It was the year of the Twin Tower, of the 9/11 attack.
Well, my husband and I were there at the same time. I should have met her then.
Yeah. So they went, but they were kind of nervous just because of the 9/11 stuff. But they went ahead and went. And they went to Crete and met this gentleman that I had met on ICQ. And he showed her on the map where to go, because on Crete, we're from Crete, this Mattheolakis, there's like 4 different Vareses, towns in there, but they're under different townships, Amari or something. So he showed them where to go. And that kind of opened the door to start it. So she gave me her Delta Sky Miles number, or information, or miles, just her miles. And so my husband and I went then in 2005 and found the family. And at first they were really offstandish, When I first met them, the man he knew a little bit of English. My mom's cousin Giannis, he'd say, what do you want from me? I said, well, I want to see where my great grandfather's buried, He said, oh, you
Didn't you have a whole story? Didn't you have a whole story about finding him? Is that the same before you you were telling me about a bank story? Is that later or before?
Well, so the reason that I found this gentleman is when Aunt Grace and this Manoli guy from the ICQ talked with the mom, she said that her son spoke English and that he worked for Commerce Bank of Greece in Athens. So we went to Athens, and I thought, well, I'm going to go to Commerce Bank of Greece, see if I can find him. Well, there's one on every corner.
I was going to say.
It's like, how do you know which one? So I went to one. It was my husband and I, and I mean, he knew I'd been married to him for I don't know how long. At that point, he knew I was looking for my family, but for some reason, he just thought we were going to Greece to have fun. I guess he didn't realize I was on a hunt, and so I went into a bank, and these people pushed me out, shooed me out. You don't need to be here. So we went to the next one. And I said, I'm looking for Yanni Mattheolakis. And you could tell there was wrestling and people were talking, and they knew something.
You're right.
And they finally came back to me and they said, listen, he's off today, come back tomorrow. Somebody with just really broken English, you know. So my husband drew a little map of us to the hotel. So he said we could find the way back to that particular place. So then we went the next day. It was Halloween. So we went the next day and they called him, hey, Yanni, this lady's out to see you. So and you could just see he's confused. He's just like, he's just like, what? And, you know, I said, well, I found you because this Manolis guy or whatever. And he says, well, what do you want? And I said, well, where's your grandfather buried? I knew that where my grandfather was buried because he's in Ohio, you know, in Akron. Our grandfathers are buried. They're like here with my grandmother was supposed to go in the middle, but she married some other quack and got buried with him instead. But
Vicki wants to move.
Anyway, then he tells me, well, you can go to the village because I have 2 sisters that live over there still, and you can see where your grandfather lived, he says. He says, just go to Varesis, and they're there. So, you know, by then he was a little bit more nicer, you know, just he's still offstandish, you know, but I brought them presents. I made up those little mini photo albums. They have like 24.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it had my mother in it and her, you know, just her life and us kids. So we got to Varesis and they were all, I mean, none of them knew English at all. I mean, just we had to have our little book there that said, you know, when they asked about my mother, I said, well, she's kaput. You know, because I didn't know how to say she's dead and have them understand. She's kaput, I says. And my husband was so frustrated with me. He says, of all the words that you had to say, you're going to say kaput? I said, well, they knew it. You know, they knew what it was.
That's right.
And by the time we left there, they loved us. They thought we were all that in a bag of chips. When we left to go do some more driving around, they were bawling, you know. And at that point, Yanni had reached out to us and said, listen, when you come back around, come and see us. I'll meet you at such and such a place, and I'm going to come get you, and you're going to come to my Speedy.
Right.
And meet my family, he said. And so it was really funny because when we made the trip to go, we went, I believe it was on a Sunday, and we were coming home on Thursday. But Delta Airlines called and said, listen, we're not going to fly home on Thursday, so you can either come home Wednesday or Saturday. And I said, well, let's change it to Saturday then because, yeah, let's just do it. So it's a good thing we did because that's how I got to spend the time with Yanni and go back to his house. And he picked us up. He took wherever he lived out in a place called something Sperii or something like that. It's very, I'd have to look it up again.
East or west of Crete? I mean, east side or west?
Of Athens. I think it was towards Thessaloniki.
Oh, okay.
Towards that way.
Area.
Okay.
Well,
he would take the taxi to work. And so he has 3 young children. And I mean, it was just one. Now, they all knew English, you know, broken. But, you know, we could speak with them. And he says, he takes his fingers and he taps on the table. And he says, I rack on my brain. I say to myself, how does she find me? He says, you know, and he was just so happy that we found. And it was
funny.
And then we actually ended up, you know, we'd gone to Rhodes and saw Hope and spent time with her. Well, when we got to Rhodes and we were there and we were coming back, there was a strike. No planes in or out. They were all mad about money or whatever. So she says, okay, Houston, we have a problem, Hope says. She says, there's no plane to get you back there. So she took us over to the travel agent and did all this talking and got us on a boat to get over, you know. And I mean, she was just wonderful. Then when I went back in 2007, because Chris and I both said, well, we've got to keep this relationship going or we're going to lose these ties that we worked 50 years to get, And so we made the reservations to go back in 2007 and take 3 of the 4 kids. One of my children had just had a child, so she couldn't travel. And he died. He died a month before we went. My husband, he had a heart attack. He didn't feel good, and he told his boss he was going to the hospital because he didn't feel good. And he was riding himself up, and I guess he died right in the car, right in front of this police station. And they came out and did defibrillation on him and stuff. And so when his boss, I knew something was wrong, but I didn't know what. I mean, I could just feel inside my bones something was where I was sitting with my coworker, and I said, "Look at this! I can't move my body. I'm trying to type on my. I worked for American Express at the time, and I said, "There's something wrong with me." I said, "Look, am I paralyzed? What's going on?" And then I looked at my phone. It rang, and I could see his work number. So I pick up the phone and say, "Hey, what's going on?" Well, it was his secretary. I knew then my heart just went right to my toes. And I says, "What's happened?" And she said, "Well, I just want to let you know, Chris had a heart attack." And I said, "Was he driving?" And she said, "Yeah, because he drove around a lot for his position." I said, "Oh, shit." So I didn't think he'd die. I mean, it's 2007. People don't die of that. And when we get to the hotel or to the hospital, I'm saying to him, "This isn't happening because 1 month from today, we're going to Greece." And she said, "Honey, he's not going." And I just thought, well, maybe he has to recover, from stents or something. But he ended up dying. And I went ahead and went back. And the only reason I did was because I'd already went with him once. So I felt like I had the confidence to return again. And so I took 3 of the kids. And then we went over to Pahountis and was able to go through Elijah's home. Oh my gosh, that was just amazing. I guess somebody else owns it now.
How did you find the home?
I was going to say, I wonder who has that house.
It's the friends of the family, because your family had to talk with these people and say, "Hey, listen." I don't think that they realized that I wasn't completely Elijah's descendant, whoever they were. But it was a gentleman it was a family, and they had a little girl that was studying really, really hard to go to college, taking her high school exam, because I guess, that was a big thing. And they called the people because they said, "Well, what are you looking for here?" Everybody in your family has always been so open to me, just absolutely. And, Nicholas, just as though I'm one of you. Just as though I'm one of you. They don't even look at me. Just like,
I mean, you're Pahountis.
yeah, well, just like my mom's siblings. Yes, my mom's siblings always treated her just, not like
you're from Greece. We're all related.
Right. We are. We're all together, and anyway, I don't know. I got to go there. It was beautiful. It was just, and it was like a shrine a little bit, to where many, many, many pictures of the family
I think
were still hanging on the wall,
Yeah.
Does anyone live there?
Nobody lived there. No,
Really?
It was empty. In 2007, this was. But we went to that hotel that your family owns, and I'm trying to 7 stars or something like that. 7
stars. Yeah, my family, but yeah, the relative. Yeah, right.
Right. So we stayed at their hotel, and I mean, your island is just really small. You could just take a little. There wasn't a lot to. I mean, no, I'm not boohooing it, or it's beautiful, just beautiful. But there, in Crete, you've got Knossos to go to. You know what I mean? You got a lot of different things to do in Athens. But your island it's beautiful. It's just really, really small. But it's really interesting because you could get taxi drivers to be your tour guides. And take you around and tell you about it. And I mean, a lot of the homes there were built exactly the same. They're called Carpathian homes. The way that it was set up with the banister and stuff.
Right. Yeah, that's called a sofa.
Oh, right. What's it called? Sofa?
It's called a sofa.
Sofa. Okay.
Yeah, that's the platform. Yeah, and then they trail, and then all the embroideries. They called it the Himanda, right? So
it was just beautiful.
yeah.
We saw the church, you know.
Can I go back a second? Do you have photos of the house?
I think that I do. Yeah, I mean, I've got some photos too. Yeah, and she probably has some as well.
I don't have any.
Okay, let me see what I can do to do my research. So, like I say, that
This
was
is why we're
almost,
doing this, so we can
almost, yeah, almost 20 years ago. But I mean, you know, people talk about how they go to Jerusalem and how blessed they felt to walk where Jesus walked. And I'm Christian and everything too, but there was nothing like walking where Elijah walked. There was nothing like walking in Ruthermano where my grandfather went from. You know, it was so.
So when are the three of us going to Greece?
Well, the next time you guys go, let me know. My husband and I will go. Yeah.
Awesome.
I'll
Awesome. Look
go to Carpathos someday.
Don't you usually go in the summers? That's what I thought I understood.
No,
you don't want to go in the summer because it's too hot.
Well, it's so hot. There's so many people.
Okay, now I remember. Okay.
No,
you went when it was in summer.
Yeah, actually, the last time I was there was this past March.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I typically go, September, October, but lately I've been going. I've been there every month except for January.
So maybe next year.
Yeah.
Give me a year to save up.
Hi.
So
have a good night. My neighbor's driving around the road. So remind me this, Julia.
Uh-huh.
Were you born in Greece or America? You were
born here. I'm first generation here. My mom and dad. Yes,
I'm on a phone call.
Yeah. My mom and dad immigrated here.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Because that's the same with Hope and Nick, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And I mean, you guys are I know Aunt Sandra, or not Aunt Sandra, but cousin Sandra, David's oldest daughter, had gone to Greece in well, I don't know. She was young, probably 20. She was the first one to go.
Yeah,
and they were really
one of the older ones.
They were mad with her. They told her, "Don't you dare come back here until you can speak a word of Greece," they told her, and they were kind of honored with her.
Back then, the people that lived there were really, they expected you to speak Greek. If you were Greek, they expected you to speak Greek, but nowadays, they speak English now.
Yeah, especially the younger generation, like my children's age, 40 and stuff, they've taught them. So a lot of times when I was there and I was around my mom's, those two sisters of Yanni, Aphrodite and Georgia, they didn't know any English, but their kids could grandkids would translate.
Yeah. Tell us the story about your kids, and you were wondering if they got kidnapped.
Oh, so I mean, Yanni tells me, like I said to you, there's no grave sites. They bury the bones for 3 years, pick them up, move them somewhere else, and that's just how it goes. Well, that's not true. Because I got to Varesis, and the two sisters were taking me to a gravesite that was a cemetery that had basically just their family in it, in Varesis, that I'll send you pictures of, that has like their pictures on top. It has the urns, and they would go like candles, in memory of them, and blah, blah, blah. So they took me there, and I knew one was Gus, which was the fella that the uncle that wrote to my mother. I knew that from the picture. That's who it was. And their son came. One of the girls' son, Aphrodite's son, came by, Manoli. And he had this little car, and he shoves my 3 kids in the car, and off they go. And we walk back up the hill, and we go back to Aphrodite's house. And I mean, these people are just wonderful house cleaners. They're always cleaning, just cooking, just clean. And they were gone for like 3 hours. And I kept saying to her, Pooh and Nay, Pathia, where are my children? I just could not, because I knew a little bit of Greek. And that's the other, Pooh and Nay, Pathia, where are And she would just tell me, calm down. It's okay. Tap me on the shoulder. And later on, they came back, and he had just taken them around the island and was showing different things. I guess at one point, there was another town of Baresis that they lived in, but that's when the war came in, and I think that they came and bombed it, because the pictures that they showed, my kids took pictures and showed to me, had just like broken vases, a broken church. So I think that they had lived there, and that's where their residence city was.
Right.
They moved to this Baresis in Amari for, and they've been there for a while. I mean, it's just very small town. I mean, I'm here to tell you, I think my street here that I live on is about as long as it was, and it's spelled, well, the way we had it was Brises, but they have it on the signs when you go BR.
Breezy.
Breezy.
Yeah, breezy. You
Yeah.
know what
No, I don't know what that means.
the spigot.
The spigot. Okay.
Yes. Interesting. They must have had water. They must have had running water.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was called the breezy. Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. And I was telling both my brothers, my older brother is like 3 years older than me, and I mean, we've all always wanted to know about Greece, and my younger brother, he's living in Japan, and I just said, you guys, this is the neatest thing. You've got to come and do this. You have to do. And my sister-in-law says, if they want to see me, they can just come here. And I'm like, it's just not as easy for them to, first off, they basically, unless you have money, you don't have money. They have nothing. I mean, it's really hard to even get jobs, right now or then. I don't know now. But I just don't understand why they lack the desire to do this. I just don't understand it. It was amazing. Then I did go back again in 2015. Actually, what happened was I'd gone to college. I got laid off from American Express, and they put me in college if I wanted to go to school to learn to be a medical billing encoder. And so I did that. And I graduated, and believe it or not, this is something you didn't know, probably, Patricia. I don't know if I should even share, but my Aunt Alice gave me $5,000 for graduation, and she says, you've worked really, really hard.
Awesome.
And I think you should go back to Greece, she said to me. Or, well, I don't know. She didn't tell me what to do with the money. She was just giving me $5,000. And I said, well, I know exactly. That money's going, I'm going back. So then I traveled by myself and went back. And this time I went over to Santorini and saw that. And it was so funny because my grandfather, when he came to America, he changed his name to Matthias. He shortened it down to Matthias. And on Santorini, there's a hotel called Matthias. And it was just amazing. And there were a lot of different things on Santorini that had to do with Ohio. The Ohio name, Akron. They had an Akron, and which is where I was born. And I just thought, it was just really kind of weird to see that. That was a really pretty island. I just kind of wish maybe I would have spent more time with the family instead of looking at that. But I haven't been back since. It's been 10 years. Well, 10 years now.
It's time.
And but it's just fun. It's just really, really, it's beautiful. I mean, you could tell though the difference from when we went in 2005 and when we went in 2007. The destruction in Athens because of the economy, the stores.
Right. You went at a time where it was really bad there.
In 2000, in 2015. Is it better now? I don't know.
Better. I mean, they still have some areas that aren't the greatest, but ever since the Olympics, when they hosted the Olympics and that, I mean, it's been getting better. It was after the Olympics that they had the economy,
Well, see, that's what happened here in Utah, because we had Olympics, and now they're coming back where it was really not so good, I guess. And now we're getting them again, but that's why we ended up moving here.
I think that happens to every place that hosts the Olympics. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, spend so much money, you know, and then, you know, the economy tanks there, but then they tend to rebuild, which is good. Greece did very well afterwards.
When I went back in 2015 by myself, again, I met, and because all 3 times I met Nicholas, you know, every single time. And that was before he moved back here. But he was running for government office there.
Too.
Nick Antomasaris?
Yes.
Yeah, he was running for something.
Right.
And I remember I went to one of his campaign events at I think it was Ammonia Square, might have been. Ammonia Square, Ammonia.
Right.
And then and I think it's where it was. And he didn't win, you know. It was really just devastating for him. And then I think he was just done with all of the politics and how crooked they were too. I mean, all these politicians are just stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Just absolutely not for the people.
There's a difference between stupid and crooked.
Well, it's just not fair. But that's when he just decided, and I guess his kids came kicking and screaming. They wasn't happy with that at all, but I think they're happy now.
Yeah, that's good.
I think they're a little bit happier.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was just, I don't know if he'll ever go back or not. I don't know.
He should. He probably, I think he goes. I saw pictures of him on Carpathos.
Yeah, okay.
Good. A few years ago. He took his kids, you know. So yeah, because I remember seeing some pictures. Yep.
Oh, that's not good. You need your glasses. No. Have a good night. I can't tonight, but thank you. They're going to play bingo and they want me to play bingo with them. But you know, I don't mind gambling. Sometimes my cousin Doreen and I take a ride up to, and Sarah, we took Grace too. We would go up to Wyoming and buy, $50 worth of tickets just for fun. But she wants me to play bingo with her, and it's $20 just to go because it's at a church, and so it doesn't look like it's gambling. You have to pay $20 for a meal. Well, I don't have, that's $80 a month if I went every time for I'm like, I don't know. I'm just not gonna. I'm not old enough to play bingo, am I? I don't know. I mean, she's 77, so I don't know. But
how old are you, Vicki?
62 is all. 62.
Okay, I'm 65, and Pat, you're the youngest.
Yeah, I'm going to be 59 in like a couple weeks.
Right.
Yeah, we had a gathering, for Grace's.
I'm the oldest.
We've got like 30 cousins or something on this side, maybe 35.
Did you see the picture I posted on Facebook that had my cousins?
But we had like 12 of us, I think.
Yeah.
And we all lined up by the ages.
You know what? I think I'll post that on the family history one.
I was gonna say, 'cause I didn't see it.
Yeah, I'll post it. I'll post it there.
So we had Gregory Peel, which is
that was
Grace's oldest, and then Alex Black for Alex, was the next one, and then I believe my brother Steve was the next one, and then Renee and Doreen and me, and then Alan Black and Patricia, and her 2 brothers, James and David.
Yeah.
And I'll post it. I'll post it.
It was a lot of fun.
James is your brother?
Yeah, the one that went to that funeral.
The one that talks incessantly is my brother.
Yeah, the mechanic. Yeah, he used to live up in Ohio, Pontiac.
Yeah,
that's my brother.
That's my brother.
I didn't know that was your brother.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I kind of hide it. No,
no, they're Timothy is their father.
Yes.
See?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, he's my younger brother.
James is younger than you.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it because he's got those white hair that, I mean,
It's also his face, his skin's a little more too.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I color my hair. I love henna.
She uses Lush, Lush, is what she uses for her hair color.
I love it. I love it.
I wish I had
I have probably the same color as Vicki.
Well, no, because I do color mine blonde. I just need to do it again.
But I mean, again, normally I think you and I are probably about the same grayness.
Yeah, but my hair is so thin. I wish I had the Greek hair that was so thick and beautiful. My granddaughter has lovely, thick hair, and it's just like, oh, I'm jealous of you. Sarah's hair is
still pretty good. Still pretty good.
You have a lot of hair, Pat, huh? Yeah.
I refuse to cut it short.
Yeah, well, mine's short. I have a headband. There's a lot of it. I hate trying it.
Yeah. Vicki, another question. I'm going back to this house. I'm going to obsess over this house. Okay. So, were there, you said there are pictures on the wall. What else about the house? Was there any documents laying around? Books? Other photographs?
Well, there might have been books, but I don't think there was any documents. There was no, I mean, like I say to you, these people are clean, you know.
Those documents were put away somewhere.
Well, they might have been, but you know, and I don't know why did they give the house away? I don't understand. Why would they do that?
Who gave the house away?
Well, I don't know. I mean, somebody else had the permission to let me in.
How did you find that house in the first place?
Well, like I said to you, I was with Hope and I was at Nicholas, I think, told me who to go see. I don't know who the cousin was that I saw. It was a man. And I'd have to have the picture and show you the picture. And I know every year that we went, even when I went in 2005 and 2007, the way I understand it is the children there, when they graduate high school, they take a test, and whatever their test says that they're good at, that's what they have to be for their job. So they study like mad, because if they don't want to be a nurse, but they want to be this, they try really hard to skew the test so it'll be what they want to be instead of what they're told they have to be. So these kids are beyond stressed, just beyond. They're stressed. And they're cranky, you know, that kind of thing. But I just remember being somewhere and they took me to this other man's house and there was people outside and I said something, I think, about Elijah's house, and they said, well, let me call. They got on the phone and called a person, and because it didn't sound like it's in the family anymore. And they just said, hey, my relative from America is here and she would like to see. And it was dark. I mean, it was just getting dark because it was like 7 o'clock at night, maybe 8 at night. And I'm going
to bring up a picture. I want to see if you've seen this picture in that house. If I comes up, let's see. Oh, okay, it's fine.
I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get a drink. I can still hear you, but I'm going to get a drink.
See, because Chris and I didn't go to Carpathos in 2005. I went to Carpathos in 2007 when I took my kids with me. Right. And that's when also, then I went to Rhodes too. I took them to Rhodes, and Hope said to me, well, you've got to go to Turkey because that's just right over here. You need to take the ship and go over to Turkey. It's just like a half an hour boat ride, you know.
I'm going to go back. Right. Okay, I'm going to flip my phone around.
Okay.
And you tell me if you saw this picture in the house. Okay.
Okay. Right now, I just see the bar of your Microsoft. You need to bring down the phone a little bit. Oh, you know, it might have been in there. Yep, I think so.
That looks familiar. Have I seen it online?
No. This was from Greece. So he is, Oh, well, that's my great uncle. So he would be Elijah's first cousin, I believe. Let's see here. That's Elijah's first cousin.
I
So
think that it was in there.
Elijah's father was George.
Yes.
George had a brother, John,
Okay.
and
Didn't
that's
he?
John's
Didn't he?
son. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Didn't Elijah have like 7 or 8 brothers or something?
Elijah, yeah, he's got let's see, 1, 2, 3 sisters and 1, 2, 3 brothers, and then 4 including himself.
And
You
see,
know.
my birthday is his birthday. He was born February 13th. Or no,
Yeah.
maybe he died February 13th.
No, he died on February 14th.
And that's my birthday, is February 13th.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's odd.
Isn't that crazy?
Wait, so is my sister.
Really?
My sister Poppy was born February 13th.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
We're like
yep.
twins. We just have different mothers.
Well, yeah, but all same Pahountis.
I'm just Doreen and I always tell people when we go out, we're like twins because we just finish each other's sentences and do stuff like that. And so somebody say, you know, are you guys sisters or whatever? And she'll say, well, we just have different mothers. And just
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, so that picture I think came from that house. I'm going to show you another picture. And you
okay.
tell me if it's the house. Okay.
Now, see, here's the thing is she was telling me, Patricia says, oh, I think it's got lots and lots of land. And I said, oh, no, I didn't think it had a lot. You know, I didn't see a lot of land. I saw the little courtyard and stuff. To me, it didn't look like, and it was way up on a hill, way, way up.
Let me see if I have that here. I doubt it though. I doubt if this is the house, but just in case, I don't think it is, because this house is actually has a sign on it. I'm going to flip the phone over again.
Okay. Can you bring it here? Let me make, can I make
Here.
mine?
Can I do it? Wait, let me
Just
see.
get closer
Is that better?
Go down.
and then closer.
And then close.
Yeah, closer and down.
Oh, you know, that might be it out in the little courtyard. They had a little courtyard.
You'll have to see what pictures you have, Vicki.
That's the only one I have. You know who gave me that one was Diane Tanglis.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because I needed a picture of that house. I needed a picture of that house for my book.
Mm.
But I don't think that's the Pahountis house. That's a different house. But
okay.
This house was actually practically donated and it stayed the same. Okay. And now I'm wondering, could this house have been
The same house.
the same house?
That would be
Well,
interesting.
don't judge my house. I'm going to walk through here and see if I can find this. Hold on. Don't judge me.
No, that's my whole house is torn apart because they're doing windows.
Yeah.
Let's see. See if I put this on here. Okay, but that was 2007. So that was a 2007 visit. So let's see.
Date on this.
Let me see.
Hey, Julia, we need to get more of these calls with people.
Oh, I know. I agree. I don't have a date on this. It's probably in an email. I should have put a note in. My note. No. Nope.
I might have to.
I wish I would have thought of this. Well, my parent, like a couple years ago when my dad was still coherent.
He would have loved to go on to Greece.
Oh, yeah.
See, this computer here does not have my photos on it. I think my photos are on a computer that is, the batteries, it's not a good computer. Let's see here.
We need to back them up. I should have done that while I was there, Vicki.
Yeah, we should have been doing that.
I bet mine up every hour. It's on a time machine every hour. I mean, I don't and I've already restored and everything. You know.
Yeah.
What these are. Hold on, let me check. Hold on.
I'm gonna find out about this house.
And
Yeah.
I'm not sure who it is that took me there, but it was one of your family members that called somebody different that said,
well, you know who you originated with, so she can start there.
well, somebody over there on this is what's on here.
To ask my other cousin.
Yeah. Do you have any photos of the people that
I do. I absolutely do. It's
That's
just
the house Elijah was born in, right?
say it again.
That's the house Elijah was born.
That's what I think they told me was
Yeah.
he was born there. They says.
Let me see. I'm going to see who actually would actually have that house. Hold on a minute.
do they have public records online in Greece on who owns things like here?
No, no, they need to do something too. It's horrible. Here, Elijah. So that was George Pahountis' house. So that house would have gone to his mother's name. Oh, well.
That bad or good?
Well, no, that is the house. The
That is
picture I showed. Yeah.
Wow.
That is.
Yeah, because that house would have been, okay, if Elijah was born in that house actually probably went to, let's see here. Oh, wow. That could have been the house. It's
Wow.
possible. It's
This is
possible.
cool.
I'm gonna find out.
Cool.
So this house, that house, nothing has changed on the inside. They keep it that way as like a tourist type thing.
Yeah, but we would need to find out who had any documents that would have been kept there.
There would not be any documents there. They would have been taken out.
That's what I mean. Who would have
Yes.
taken what out, and what would they have done?
I could probably tell you that it has something to do with Diane Tanglis's family.
Well, keep calling.
Not, you know,
Well,
maybe her great aunts.
You know, maybe, you know what? Maybe it would be fun to bring someone on, to a fourth person on our call another night and continue on.
Mm-hmm. Could do that.
Yeah.
You know,
it's exciting.
I may have to.
Interesting. That's all I'm saying is interesting. I'm gonna ask my cousin. You know, my cousin Galliope.
Yes.
Galliope John Pahountis. I'm gonna ask her.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll send her this picture and say, is this the Pahountis house?
And
she'll
then
let me
maybe
know.
Vicki can find some of her photos to share with us, and I can post them. I mean, we can send them to you, and then we'll.
Yeah, I'm gonna contact her. You know what? She was supposed to call me and last night and she didn't. So.
Oh, she's the one that had the video?
Yes. And her daughter just had surgery. Okay. So, and the other daughter from California came in. I know she's busy, you know, but I wanted her to transfer that video while her daughter from California was here because she's been having problems transferring it. You know, so I'll give her a buzz tomorrow.
I always upload my videos. I have a private YouTube channel I upload everything to.
Oh, that's interesting.
I was going to do that. I was going to do that with some of the stuff from our family chat.
Well, that's an interesting thing to do. Why not?
Yeah, I was going to start a channel for us. I mean,
yeah.
I know Vicki probably doesn't want to put this online because she'll say I don't look good, but we could if she approved.
Hey, listen. I have a headband in. I don't have makeup on. I have no bra on.
It's okay. I won't tell anybody.
I can't tell a thing. I'm going to try this computer. I should have had you look at this, Patty, when you were here and see if you had any magic for it.
Yeah, I need to come back.
Or I need to. Hey, get down off of me.
I'm gonna be gone. I think I'm gonna be gone like for a month. So with all the traveling I got, I'm gonna help a friend who's healing from. Well, she's getting reconstruction surgery because she had breast cancer. So I'm gonna go take care of her for 2 weeks.
Wow, where's she live?
In Florida.
Oh
no, but she's up in the Panhandle. She's not where she's in. Like what was it called? The Pensacola.
Okay, I don't know where that's
That's
at.
up in the Panhandle, way up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So it's not getting hit as hard.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that was the house. It looked like it, but maybe there was a lot of land. I'm sorry, I'm trying to do two things at once here.
Yeah, well, if any photos of you have of the house, if you could zip them, do you know how to zip a file?
Well,
we'll talk later, and then you can get it. We can get them over to Julia and me, and we can share.
Well, I find that very interesting. And let me bring up that tree. Oh yeah, that's probably the house. Oh, it is.
So maybe it's still in the family. It's just a different branch of the family.
It is. It is a different branch. Yes, it is a different branch. A branch that I've been working on for a long time.
It would be fun.
I'm ready to write about it.
When we go there, let's get a picture of all of us holding a picture of him there. Yeah, it would be cool. Oh, Vicki, Alan is interested in going if he has the money when we do Greece.
I'm gonna show you something. I'm gonna show you something.
Okay.
So how much money should I have saved? How much does it cost to go to Greece?
You know what? It all depends on what airline you take.
Well, I'm gonna take the cheapest.
I'm gonna bring something. I'm gonna show you something.
And Vicki's gonna teach me 3 words of Greek.
Some of those documents that could have been in that house. Not that one.
I'm going to have to get some memory put in this computer because it's just, I'm just frozen.
Yeah, it might be more than just that. It might need some cleaned up things going.
Well, can you still do your little magic of getting into somebody's computer? And
so this may have been.
Oh, what is that?
House? It's there. These are wills and testaments.
Oh, cool. Well, how'd you get them? I know, none of my business.
You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised what some people send me.
Really?
Oh yeah, I get some wild stuff.
I'd love to get some people from Greece on here that actually speak English.
So my cousin from New Jersey, because she helps me out a lot. She was born there.
Oh, is that Hope or who?
My cousin Galliope, she was born there.
Okay, gotcha.
And so she knows a lot of people. And typically if I'm researching a family, what we do, okay, is we do a messenger call.
Right.
Messenger video. So she usually, because she lives there like half of the year, and then she comes back here, and then she's there 6 months, And what we do is we do these messenger video calls.
Can you record those?
What was that?
Can you record those?
I've recorded a couple, but they're not related to. They're a different branch, and but she's got one of them I need because I couldn't record it because I don't have enough room anymore on my phone,
Yeah, this one's being recorded. It's like on the cloud.
Right.
I don't even know where it goes. This is the first time I've recorded.
But I got to tell you, it's difficult. It's difficult to follow multiple people in Greek. You know what I mean? It's almost like impossible. That's why I need this last video, because I was on that call, but there were so many people talking, I couldn't. You know how Greeks are.
Well, yeah, we all
they talk over everybody.
Yeah, I get in trouble for that. My husband hates it. I told him it's genetic.
It is genetic.
Yeah, I'm gonna get you online so you can tell him that.
It is genetic. It's bad. I mean, all my cousins do it. It's everybody from Carpathos does it.
It's
and
just
it
like
doesn't affect me if you want to write me, because
Patricia, it's just like the big fat Greek wedding.
That's
Exactly.
right.
And you know what?
I always
But
wondered if the Vindex thing was like a thing. Is it really?
No, it's not. That was just in the
What?
movie.
We just like clean, so
Yeah, I know. That's funny.
But
So
yeah, I mean,
anyways, Vicki,
even in our family, though, Sarah was complaining the other day. We have Alan, James, Sarah. You know, we do the same thing here, apparently.
Oh, I gave my kids very unique names. I didn't do that.
Well, Chris David is named after
okay,
Uncle Jim.
okay. So what? So you didn't follow the Greek thing?
No, actually, I just uploaded. I started a chat that was on the family thing to share your family tree, just like grandparents, great grandparents, great, not very far, so people could connect, and then also your children. And so I uploaded it. I think I invited you to the chat.
Yeah, I haven't been on.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I thought we could get people to upload, and then we, if you need something, you can look on those from people. I'm just trying to figure out how to. I don't know.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I know. I keep mine all private.
Yeah, well, that's why I made this Facebook group private. People
Yeah.
are saying, "How do I join? Where do I find it?"
Yeah, it's all
You
private.
have to be invited. You can't find it. I don't have it in the searches
Yeah.
because I thought that was
I'd like to share, but not until my book's out.
eventually you'll share.
That's awesome.
I just, yeah,
Yeah, Vicki, some of the information you give, I'm not sharing anything you tell me because some of it might be in her book. So we're letting her.
It doesn't matter. Huh?
What is the book?
It's called Our Olive Tree from Roots to Fruits.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Now,
Olive tree, I like it.
Yeah.
is this a true story that I think it was Nicholas, I'm not sure, that had a little girl that he didn't name or anything for 2 years' time because the rule is you're supposed to name him after your mother, Fanny, and he didn't want to name her that.
That's correct.
Or you don't get your inheritance.
That is correct.
Really?
That is correct.
Oh, do you have that in your book?
No, because that is no, it's not in there because it's not part of, well, if you read, yes, you can figure that out.
Yeah, but little tidbits like
those are traditional things.
People like me don't know what we.
Oh,
I
see, that's
want to learn the tradition. I want to learn the tradition. Are
they traditional in our
family?
Actually,
I think wait a minute. I think I do have that in the intro in the book.
Yeah, anything like I don't get, like I go look at the family trees, it's like names are repeated. You got the father's name, the mother's name. I don't get the whole combination.
So I actually had to go back for that house. I actually had to go back to the grandparents of the person who owns that house. And I had to follow the rule of who would inherit that house.
Yeah, I'd like to see that rule. How do the rules work?
I don't know. It's just the Carpathian thing.
No, but I'm curious just because I like to learn little details.
So let me explain, Vicki. Let me explain about Jody.
Okay.
So Jody's mother, who was adopted, would have been the first daughter born. She would have inherited the house on the island in the village.
So wait, they go by daughter?
Some go by daughters.
They go by the oldest.
So there's rules for men and rules for women. In Jody's case, she would have been the inheritor of the house that those three daughters yes.
Oh, no wonder they didn't want to talk to her.
That is correct. Yes. Now, if she was the second or third daughter, they probably talked to her. That's the way they are. Now my
Well, that's
family's
what
not
they
like
kept.
that. You know, the Pahountis are not like that. The Pahountis welcome people.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yes, but there are some people like Jody's. Okay. Yeah.
Well, I mean, and ours, we split everything like equally amongst our children.
That's correct.
You know?
That's right.
My thing is you sell my house and then split the money.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Mm-hmm.
So that's probably why they turned Jody down and told her never to call back.
But do they lose it if they're adopted out because they sign away their rights?
No, but what could happen is Jody's mother could have gone there, and if she had proof, if she has proof, you know, she could contest it.
Ah.
But I don't think she would have.
Well, I think she's dead now, isn't she, Jody's mom? Because I think she had cancer back in when all that was happening, and that was one of the reasons that Jody was so,
Yes,
wanted to help her.
Mm-hmm.
That was just devastating to me.
It is devastating, isn't it? I was shocked when Jody told me that they practically hung up on her and told her never to call back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was so happy that the one girl took a DNA test. So Jody's mother shows up as the half aunt.
We need more DNA tests from Greece.
Well, how does that work? How would you do that?
Okay, so I have about 30 kits from people from the island. So what I do is I send them with my cousin when she goes. And then when she comes back, she sends them to me, and then I register them and I send them out.
Back like within 2 weeks time?
Yeah, it's typically around 3 to 6 months.
And it's still working.
Yeah. So I sent her blank kits. I give her the kits, okay, and then before she leaves, she gets the DNA, she gets the samples and brings them back.
She doesn't mail them from there. She just brings them back.
No, she brings them back. Yeah. And now if she doesn't come back, somebody from my family will probably bring it back.
So like if we go, we should buy the tests while they're 50% off.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
That's what I do.
I think it's cool. And you know what I like is when they do the family like inheritances through the female, because that's the only way you know they're actually related.
That's right. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'll show you one.
But see, I think that might be then why my family didn't want anything to do with us, because my mom was my grandfather's only daughter, right?
So I've been working on.
Oh yeah, those are the fan things. Yeah.
These are female inheritance.
Okay.
Yeah. So because I'm trying to figure something out, so I have to do the charts to figure it out, and then each one of those blocks is a certain percentage.
Mm-hmm.
And then
if you ever want anything, I have my dad's DNA. I mean, I did it on Ancestry, so he's on there.
Well, he probably shows up on my list.
Yeah. But I mean, you can download it and upload it. Like, I think I uploaded it to Family Heritage because I think some of them let you upload it too. So I did upload theirs, I believe.
Right. So anyways, yeah, so I'm trying to, as a matter of fact, before we left today, I started an email to Manolis Casiotis. Yeah, so, and I'm attaching these because we need to figure out something. Yeah, I can't tell you.
No, that's fine. It's all top secret. We're good. It's always fun.
Well, it would actually show fourth great grandparents.
Mm-hmm. No, that's cool.
It is cool. It really is cool.
Yeah. I was like curious on the DNA thing. Like I was trying to figure out. So you've got. I mean, we have like the very cap of our DNA thing, and then there was like I'm showing like 3 siblings, and then our line is one of them. Do we have anything on the other lines? Okay.
There's a whole slew out there.
Okay. I don't think I have any of them listed. I think I've had some come through on my DNA tests that I haven't like figured out how to link them in, but I know they're there.
So, okay, I don't use those.
No?
No, let me tell you why. Especially on my heritage. So I manage so many kits they automatically put that person in my tree. And even though they may not even be related.
Well, you got to be careful. I don't put them in the tree. Like, I know that
I don't, they do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know that, because I know that on the trees, it says this person could be this, or this.
That's right. That's right.
And
right.
so I want to do it manually.
Yeah, I don't use their stuff only because, as you know, there is a ton of intermarriages here. They're just,
Oh yeah,
it's so bad. It's so bad.
It's small.
I mean, there are, I mean, I could pick a person and I could tell you 3 different ways I'm related to that person, which is really bad.
Well, it's a small community, really.
Yeah. Now, in your case, okay, it'd be different. Okay. But my parents were from the same island. Okay. Everybody is related no matter what.
Yeah. With me, there's a little bit more of a path.
Which is good. You know, this is what I have to do. That's what I have to do.
Yeah.
You know, and it's horrible. You know. It's hard. Let's put it that way. It's difficult, and it drives me crazy. And especially when you don't have any names, you know, and then I have here, there's only one possible way this person's related to me. Okay. And it's through this person, but I have no person's name. Do you see what I'm saying? It's it's horrible. It's horrible. I can assume what that surname could be. Based on the
assume you have like the paid for versions of all the little ancestry and whatever. Yeah. So I get the ancestry.com, at least the one level of it free, because when I was a kid, I was baptized LDS.
Oh, okay, good.
So I get free up to a certain point on that one.
Right.
And which is kind of cool because I can see, you know, how people match in a little more. Yeah.
Right. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. No, I pay full price.
Yeah.
And then on top of that,
I don't go to church, but I use the benefit. Yeah.
It could be expensive. Plus, I pay full price for my heritage too.
Yeah, I don't really use that one.
Oh, that's where all my kits are.
I put all my kits up there, even though they're on.
She's saying kits, KITS, not KITS.
DNA kits.
So that's it. Yeah, so if you can download your DNA. Like if you did Ancestry, you can download it and then upload it to the other place.
Right. So I use my heritage for all the people in Greece because that's what the European market is.
Oh, so I need to get on there a little more. Yeah. Or just wait until you do it.
Okay, now wait, is Heritage and 23andMe the same thing, or they're two separate?
No.
Okay, I didn't even know there was another database for it.
Yeah. So there's Ancestry that has most of it. It has the Canadian market and it's got the U.S. market. Okay. Then there's 23andMe that has not a lot, not like Ancestry, but most people go there for the health. You know, to find out, you know, what their bad genes are. Right. Well, you probably have the longevity gene. Anyways, because I think it's in there. And then there's my heritage that has the European market.
I did not know that.
Yes, they have. As a matter of fact, they have Greek records online, but they're from the Peloponnese area. Okay, so there's some Crete records online, you know, but you won't get Carpathos is not on there. Yeah.
So have you been able? You might not answer this question. That's okay. Have you been able to go and physically talk to the people in the church to see where the records might be of?
Yes.
And they don't have anything?
No, because the Italians destroyed them.
Oh.
That's the problem. But some depending on the years, okay, you can get records.
Really?
Yeah. So like I have municipal tax records from 1860 to 1875. Okay. And then it's dead. for so many years. Now, and then I have some from early 1900s to about 1910, and then it dies again.
For the tax records?
Yes, only because the Italians took over in 1912. The
So
Italians were there.
how does that work with the church records? Like for the Pahoundis thing? Or how do you say that name?
What name?
Pahoundis, like our last name?
Oh, Andimisiadis.
Yes.
Andimisiadis.
And say it again.
Andimisiadis.
Oh, that sounds different than I expected.
No, yeah, it's Andimisiadis. Okay, so
Okay.
Andimisiadis. Okay. So there are some records in the church if the priest wrote it down. Okay. And most of the churches have some, but not all the information is there. So they may have, okay, that person was born, this on the year. They won't give you a month, but they'll give you a year. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then you'll see, well, they had this child, but then they don't show the husband's name. So where's the marriage record? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Or they have the marriage record, right? But they don't have the maiden name of the woman.
You know what? It's going to be even harder going forward because people are getting married.
Yes, I know.
Like right now, just so if you look at my stuff, I didn't put my grandchildren down on my thing, but I think I told you, my husband, my new husband, his daughter and my son have a child together. So yeah, it's fun because we have a shared grandchild. One out of my 8 is shared with him. But they didn't get married because of COVID. They didn't do the wedding, and
right.
Right.
It's just, I mean, you have to go there. It's typically the church and the Betty. Okay, they have more of the records. Okay, so if you go there, you have to ask them. And if they have them, fine. Sometimes they'll just give you the book, and then you have to go through it. Yeah. So that's why it's always good to have.
If they give you the book, can you just pictures?
You can do. I'll tell you what they need to do. They need to get this stuff online. And there were projects in Greece for people to go around and do that. Okay, and they should have picked somebody from Carpathos. Okay, they didn't volunteer.
No.
No. No.
Why don't we go over there and do it? We'll spend a month.
It's going to take more than a month.
Well, it's a start.
Well, yeah. I mean, it'd be great.
Need to do it. I mean, if you have photos, I don't know.
If I could do it, I would.
Because I know that like the with the Mormon church thing, they send out stuff like with ancestry, like when the census came out, they asked for people to volunteer.
Yes.
To get on there and type stuff in. They send a whole thing out to the church.
You would think that somebody over there would want to do that.
And do they? Why would they not? What is the?
I don't know. People
they do like their privacy. They do like their privacy.
Yes. And
well, do they think somebody else might have really inherited something?
It's possible. Okay, so let me explain something. So way back, okay, and this is not my mother's side. This is my dad's side. Way back. Okay, my dad's mother's side. They married very close-knit to one another. Okay, because they didn't want to give up the property or a house to somebody outside of the family.
Yeah, that was a big thing back in the day.
Yes. Okay, it's still that way.
Okay,
it's still that way. That's what they do. They want to keep it. They want to keep it in the family. So that's why you have cousins marrying cousins. Second cousins marrying second cousins.
Look at like in the Big Fat Greek Wedding, he was so upset she wasn't marrying a Greek,
Yeah.
Second cousins don't bother me. First cousins, second cousins not as much.
Right.
Because you really,
Yeah, but they shouldn't even be marrying second cousins.
Yeah, but at least it's genetically not going to be as much of an issue as.
Right. sometimes
You might not even know. Nowadays, you might not even know.
It's crazy. I go up to see my mother. I says, I can't believe that they're going to marry their cousin. So I keep on saying, I can't believe they're going to marry their cousin. But hey,
I can't think of
just the
any
way it
cousin.
is.
I can't think of any one of my cousins I'd be interested in marrying.
I know.
One
Anyways,
dead, but
right. Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna get going here soon. So
no, that's okay. I think we did good.
yeah, I'm gonna ask my cousin about the house, and she's
And
probably
is there any way we can bring her on so Vicki can learn stuff? She's not on Facebook, so she doesn't learn anything. So
I'm thinking about opening up a new email and coming back. I don't know, and just doing something.
Why don't you?
Well, just don't add anybody as a friend who is not a family member.
And I got really political back in the 2015 and 16 and burned a lot of bridges. I'm here to tell you.
You know what? It was I got unfriended by my son-in-law and my daughter-in-law, and because I called them on their bullshit. You know what? If you can't take it, don't post it. If you're going to post your opinion, there's going to be other opinions.
I agree 100%.
Yeah. I mean, my Facebook is mostly so I can see my grandbabies, any family members, and some high school friends.
Yep. I hear you.
And it's my memoirs. I put the things that happened for me. It's not for anybody. It's for me. Yeah.
Yep. That's a good attitude.
Mm-hmm.
It's good. Yeah.
All right. So okay. It's getting late, especially where you're at. So this is cool. I got to figure out. I need to get with you sometime, Julia. I want to do something and invite everybody on, but I want to figure out a platform on how, and is it just an introduction?
Right. So I noticed my brother's on there, and my one sister. I have two more sisters.
Yeah, get them on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And my cousin's there, but I didn't see her daughter there. Her other daughter lives in California. She's not on Facebook.
Oh, where at in California?
She's I think she's in San Francisco.
Okay. We've got a couple cousins up in that area.
Yeah, she's she works at a vet's. I don't know. I don't think she's a vet, but an assistant vet. So
yeah, I want to get people to talk more, and I want to get some reunions going. I want to do you know what? We've got the opportunity. Let's do whatever we can.
We're all getting older too.
Yeah, we are now that's what happened was Grace passed, and that was the last on Dad's side. Mom's side has tons. My mom was adopted, and there's a dozen kids, and a lot of them are still alive unless they committed suicide. They're alive.
Well, my mother, she's probably one of the last of her generation.
Did you get any videos with her and talk?
Oh no, I got all her brain.
Good.
Oh, I did. So that's why I'm doing the book.
Mm-hmm.
Because these are stories that were in the family, okay, that nobody knows.
Yeah, and I never know what to believe. It's like my dad, he tells me the story about the name change to Pahoundis. Well, the one son got mad and said, I'm a Pahoundis. That's his story.
Well, yeah, I have that. I have, okay, I can't remember, but I have it in the book. Why the name? Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, I heard that story too, but that's not the true story.
It would be interesting to see all of my cousins, what story they heard, just curiosity.
Well, they've been posting and it's still, everything's still wrong.
Mm-hmm.
From
now
what
about my first cousins, because my first cousins haven't really posted. And they're the ones I want to hear it from.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So, and they will probably get on a call, and I getting people to talk. I know people are watching, but they're not.
Okay.
I know that my grandfather, I guess the Turks was fighting at the time, And there was a song about the Turks coming and cutting heads off or whatever. I don't know how it went, but
It's true.
Uncle Paul knew that song and he would sing it all the time.
Who's
Who's
Uncle Paul?
He's my grandmother's fourth child.
Yeah, both of our uncles.
Wait a minute. I'm in the wrong tree. Hold on a minute.
Paul Allen.
I had to switch trees. Hold on a minute.
It would be interesting to get Andrea and see what she says, that Paul's daughter.
But my brother Mark can almost recite that poem.
Really?
Saying Greek about the
Let me see if I can find Paul. Let's see here.
June 3rd is his birthday.
He was in the photo I posted. He was like the baby in the photo, I think, that I posted.
I don't know where my pictures are. I don't know. I've opened up 3 computers.
Let me go here.
Enlist Sarah to help you.
Hold on.
I think I'm gonna. I wonder where they are.
Okay,
not good.
Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Okay, here's Elijah. So Elijah had a George, Sophia, George, John
Daniel,
Paul.
Daniel,
Paul Allen.
Paul. Here's Paul.
Yeah, and he had one daughter.
Andrea.
Yes, and she had 2 children.
Yeah, Kristen and Nicholas.
Yes.
Yeah, so here's Paul. Okay.
But he liked my grandfather some. Some of the kids didn't, I guess.
Right.
And
so he's your
uncle.
He's your uncle. So your father was which one?
My father or hers?
No, Vicky's.
Well, see, remember,
wait.
He's a half.
He's a half.
Yeah,
I gotta go. Hold on, I gotta go over this way. There's Gracie.
Yeah. Grace Evangeline.
Oh, here you are. I found you. So your father was Clinton.
Well, my father is Clinton, but my grandfather is Greek, and he was Stylianos Mathiolakis or Stephen Matthias.
Correct.
You might have in there.
Matthias.
Yes, which if you wanted to change it, you could. Mathiolakis.
Matthias. Yes.
So, should I do a call with just our first, Vicki, me, all of my first cousins? Just them? Wow.
That's a big family. No, you know what? Your family's huge. I always say that you take up half of the tree.
And my mom's side, she was adopted, but there were 12 children.
Why don't I have these pictures? I'm going to have to write to my kids and tell them I need their pictures from 2007.
Okay.
I'm going to have to.
Here, I have. Here you are, Pat. I have you, Patricia.
Yes.
Yeah, Patricia. Right. I have 5 kids for you.
Yes.
That was your first husband?
I only had children with him.
Okay. James never married? Oh no, he did.
No, my brother James, yes, he did. And yeah. I'm going to have him fill out the form that I have and have him post it to the chat. I want to start getting people to post to the chat. I didn't know how to do it. I posted 2 forms. One of them was an Excel and one of them was like an open documents.
Right.
That people could share.
Right.
And so I'll have James fill out. He had 1 child.
Wait a minute. James only has 1?
Yes.
I thought he had 2.
No, the other one was his stepchild, so he did kind of have 2. It's just he
didn't pass it with his own Michael.
Yes.
But that's not his.
Oh.
When he married, Michael was 3 years old.
Oh, so Michael's from his wife's first marriage.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were ever married.
Oh, okay. So Michael's a stepson. Period.
Yes.
Okay. I'm putting that in because I have him down as his son.
Yeah.
So he's
That's why I want everyone to put stuff up. Vicki, I'll send you the spreadsheet for you, and I'll post it for you. Unless you're going to get online.
Well, not tonight, but I'm
No,
thinking
I'm
about
not talking about tonight. I meant in the future.
Right now, I'm in a quandary here to say what the hell happened in these pictures.
Vicki, I got to tell you, I look at you and it reminds me of somebody. And it reminds me of Jody's mother's father's wife.
Wow, that's
You
way
look
out there.
You look just like Jody's mother's biological father's wife.
Well, why don't we look that up and see where the lineage is?
Her name, she's on Facebook. Okay, and her name is Nancy Skoulos.
Well, she was telling me, Patricia says, you really do look Greek. She says to me,
I got a low battery. Yeah.
Yeah. Nancy what?
Nancy Skoulos.
How you spell that?
I think she spells it with Skoulos. Let me see if I can find. I can even send it to you. Nancy.
Is she in Rhode Island?
She's somewhere here. It's Skoulos. I'm bringing her up.
Oh, SKU.
Oh, she looks just like you. You know what? That is unreal. Look at her profile picture.
Well, I'll tell you, when I met my mom, I went and I met Yanni and Georgia and Aphrodite. Well, the next time I went back, I met Barbara. And Barbara was a spitting image of my mother. I just couldn't believe it. It's like I was right there with my mom. It was just amazing.
They are very distinctive. When we just went back for the funeral, and when I was there, I could totally tell everyone who was a descendant of her mother.
I'm going to bring this picture up. Okay, I'm going to flip this around so you can see. This is Nancy Skoulos.
Is she the one with the gray hair or the?
This one here.
I can't
she
tell.
does look like
left or right?
Wait, let me see. Here, hold on. How can we do this?
You know what? You can flip your phone around. If you click on it, I think there's a little turnaround so you can see what we're seeing.
There is?
Click on your face and see if you can turn it around, the camera. Or maybe there's somewhere on the bottom.
Let me look. No, I can't do it. Maybe it's on the bottom.
Oh, okay. So I found.
Did you find it?
I found that same picture. So is the person on the left or the right?
It's the older woman.
The older woman. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Now look at Vicki, and look at Nancy Skoulos. Here, can you see that?
Is she the one? She's in the black or in the dark color, right?
She's in black. Yes.
Yeah, I do. I can see that.
Okay, so I will text you the image so that you can see it, Vicki.
I'm telling you, it's like I look at you and I think I'm looking at Nancy.
Okay, so I just texted you the picture, Vicki.
Okay, awesome. Hold on just a minute.
Yeah. She doesn't have the squinty of eyes, says Vicki.
That's pretty wild. And
it's funny because I know Vicki different than you do, so it's interesting. Yeah, the nose. Let's see.
It's this. I think it's the shape of the face.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. The eyes are different.
But it's
the eyebrows.
It's similar.
Yeah,
I see it. Very similar. Of all people, huh?
Who is she?
She's the wife of Jody's mother's dad's biological fathers.
Yes.
So she's not, yeah.
So that's somebody we invite to the group.
No.
Got it.
No.
Got it.
No.
I mean, I might have accidentally, because the closer cousins I added you know, on Ancestry and stuff, just because I'm hoping to break a barrier somehow. But I won't do the further ones. I'm doing the closer ones. I'm not doing
right. I was going to say, you'd have to invite everybody.
Yeah, no, I'm not going past a certain point because it's ridiculous.
Right.
Because you're related to everybody in Greece at a certain point.
You guys are cute, but I gotta go.
Yeah, I do too, because my battery, I'm down to 18 now.
Yeah, no, that's okay. I think this was good.
It was very good.
And we will chat. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Love you tons.
Yes,
Be good.
Okay, see ya. Okay.
Bye.
Bye now.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you, Vicki.